I say I'm knocking anybody out that come in here. I don't care. Whether it's to the body, what else? Whether it's to the head, you getting knocked out, son. Real talk. I'm about to be the face of the boxing, of this boxing stuff. Let's talk about this right here.
All right, look at that left hook. Put some on stanky legs and face first on the mat.
I don't even got too much to say. The fight done said it all. I don't got too much to say. Just know it's a different conversation.
Why does it sound personal between you two? Come on. I've been doing this a long time, kid. Let's go.
Keyshawn Davis pulled no punches while speaking about Devin Haney in a recent Instagram live session. He delivered a fiery rant packed with blunt remarks and tough criticism, leaving no doubt about the bad blood between the two boxers.
Talk about that. I got some more Keep pulling out. Punch so hard. I punch hard, bro. I punch hard. I spit when I punch. Stop playing, son. Damn, I got so much. I gotta hang up. Just got to the crib. Stop playing, bro. Punch two.
Opening his campaign for the year, Davis made a powerful statement by securing an impressive stoppage win against experienced challenger Jermaine Ortiz. The bout, which took place at the legendary Madison Square Garden in New York City, ended in the later rounds with Davis showcasing his dominance in emphatic fashion.
Getting a knockout win in his debut at 140 to cement his status as a top player in the division, and I'm going to turn it over to Keyshawn.
Well, first things first, all glory to God, Jesus Christ for giving me this win. It's been a long time coming, man, from my last fight all the way to tonight, man. There was a lot of twists and turns and up and downs and nights where I just didn't even want to do this anymore. And y'all don't know the half of like how I even got here.
Davis explained that he had long been eager for a contest of this kind, facing a durable and competitive rival. He described the matchup as both compelling and thrilling, the type of challenge he had been looking forward to.
Like, that was always my dream. So like, to do it in an opponent like Jermaine Ortiz on my return in front of 20,000 fans, that's God, bro. That's God. I feel like he turned my whole career around. And now it's just continuing to just keep trusting in him. You know, that he's gonna do even bigger things for me. And I'm here, man. I'm back and I'm better, just like I promised y'all. Also, I promised y'all a knockout, and I got y'all that. And also, I want y'all to give me more credit. My last 3 opponents never been stopped before, never been dropped before. Limos, Baranchik, now Jermaine, and I moved up in weight and stopped them. So it's like, bro, I'm real, bro. I'm for real. And put anybody in there in front of me, I'm gonna say the same thing. I'm gonna stop them.
Once the bout was over, Davis wasted no time looking ahead instead of simply enjoying the victory. He quickly shifted focus to what he believes should come next. Speaking with confidence, Davis declared that if he ever steps into the ring with Devin Haney, he fully expects the contest to finish with a decisive knockout.
Devin Haney, you talked the other day, and I told you what Mickey Bay said about Devin Haney and you fight. I talked with somebody that you might know from when you were younger, Coach Sean, from Norfolk, Virginia. He told me, you know, when it come to fighting, Keyshawn Davis is just a mean little dude. Like, you could come, you want to box and do all that. He love to fight. Now, I asked you this about Mickey when it came to Devin Haney. Now that you're taking care of business, how does you and Devin Haney end? How does that fight go?
A knockout.
In several recent conversations, Davis has openly stated that his time at super lightweight will be brief. He has his sights set on moving up soon, targeting the welterweight class as the next step in his career. That division, currently led by WBO champion Devin Haney, is where Davis believes his future and biggest challenges truly lie.
And I'm going to become a 147 champion. Okay. And then I'm going to defend it against somebody at 147.
Devin Haney? Who at 147? Is it Devin Haney?
Yeah.
Because that's a pound for pound brother right now. And we asked you,
Who's a fight that's gonna put you on that pound for pound list? Devin Haney's at 147, right? And he got a belt.
Now he is, yeah.
And you say you want 147? I mean, what we doing? What we talking about?
Names.
We talking about January 31st. I'm a look great, God willing, and in the future.
Keyshawn Davis has repeatedly shown that he fears no opponent, setting his sights firmly on the highest level of competition in boxing.
Superstar.
You asking that question. I felt like that's what it was. But go ahead.
Yeah, like at the end of the day, I'm ready to fight anybody. So I'm going for the stars. And I know Devin Haney is the same fighter from when he was at 35. He's the same fighter when he was at 40. Now he's at 40. So he ain't nothing changed. But his weight, you know what I'm saying? I will knock Devin Haney out. Guaranteed. You know, I just feel like, shouts out to Devin, though. You do your thing. Like, I have no problem against you, bro. But we talking business right now. I will knock Devin out for sure. For sure.
You don't think he's hitting a little harder at 47 than he was at 35 and 40 growing into that weight? That's a no.
It looked like it.
It looked like it.
It looks
to
like
us, Keyshawn.
To me.
That's good.
Let's see how hard I hit Jay.
When questioned about whether he has the star power to attract a bout with Devin Haney, Keyshawn Davis responded with absolute confidence. He stated that he has the ability to promote and headline a fight in any country on the globe. Davis pointed to his skills inside the ring, his growing fan base, and his recent standout victories as proof that he brings major value and excitement to any high-profile matchup.
A bright enough star that he'd be willing to take, because, you know, as a businessman, risk reward. You think you bring enough to the table that he'd want to take the fight? He would take the fight?
Hopefully, bro. I hope he would take the fight. In terms of answering your question, a bright enough star, he's already entertaining me on Twitter and social media and stuff like that. So I guess he sees some money potential in this fight right here. But what I would like to do is I would like to become champion, because that just speaks for itself. Once I come to the champion with the table, you can't play with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody know me. People know me. I can go to the UK and sell. Like, I can go anywhere and sell. My first main event, I sold 10,000 tickets. I sell, period. You know what I'm saying? That's why he's entertaining me, because I am a star. But when I come with that world title, whether I beat Dalton Smith or I go move up a weight and beat Lewis Crocker, once I come with...
Keyshawn Davis claimed that Devin Haney's reputation has been largely fueled by his own promotional efforts and his team, creating a level of hype that, according to Davis, surpasses what he has actually achieved inside the ring.
The entire boxing public was making Devin into something a lot bigger than he is.
I mean, Devin was doing that. Devin and his father, they was promoting Devin well. In terms of, you know, building his fights, who he was going to fight next to keep his name rolling, making things look like stuff that it isn't, and just saying things that's extraordinary. They was doing a great job promoting Devin, you know, and he was fighting and he was winning. So they was doing everything they could to make him out into the fighter he is today. And hats off to that too. You know, us as fighters nowadays, we got to promote our own selves. So they was doing what
Devin Haney didn't shy away from Keyshawn Davis's fiery challenge, making it clear he's ready to face him head-on. After Davis announced his intention to move up to 147 pounds for the fight, Haney responded publicly, confirming that Davis is on his radar and that the bout could happen. Haney's reply exudes the confidence of a champion who has already proven himself at the sport's highest level. He's been seen fine-tuning his skills in camp with top-tier trainers and legendary boxing minds, including Freddie Roach, as he prepares for elite competition. With both fighters speaking boldly and openly, this potential showdown is quickly becoming one of the most anticipated and talked-about matchups in boxing. Davis didn't hold back in his response to Haney's acknowledgement, boldly insisting that if they ever faced off, he would end the fight with a knockout. He reinforced his belief that he's ready for top-tier competition, repeatedly stating in interviews that Haney lacks the power and defensive skills to withstand him, and that he would finish the bout before the final bell. Davis has made it clear that stopping elite opponents is his goal, emphasizing time and again that knockout victories are his ultimate aim, with Haney firmly in his sights.
Devin said, let's do it. You know, I know he's dealing with some legal issues. I don't know what happened. He said he had to turn himself in, but I believe he tweeted like, Keyshawn, let's do it.
He said that?
Yeah, but he tweeted like something like that. Yeah.
Well, you know, Bill was in my DMs. We already was talking about it before he even hit the media, so I know it's going to happen in 2026.
And you're good going straight to Devin in your first fight at 47?
However, facing Devin Haney might not be as straightforward for Keyshawn as he imagines. Tank Davis acknowledged Haney as an exceptional talent, noting that he displayed remarkable skill even at just 17 years old. Still, Davis raised concerns about Haney's current lifestyle, particularly his partying, which he believes has slowed him down and affected his focus in the ring. According to Davis, these distractions could be holding Haney back from reaching his full potential. While he respects Haney's undeniable abilities, Davis's comments underline the importance of discipline and training in sustaining peak performance and shaping a fighter's long-term career.
That video of you and Devin Haney sparring, people were going crazy over it. He was just a teen when that happened. How do you feel like his boxing skills have improved since?
I think he was best on his game when he was that age. I think he was like 17. I wasn't that much older than him. I think we probably like 3 years older, apart, but I feel as though he slowed down, all that partying and drinking and stuff.
In the lead up to his bout with Jermaine Ortiz, Keyshawn Davis highlighted how training alongside Shakur Stevenson, one of the sport's most technically gifted defensive fighters, gave a major boost to his preparation. He explained that working with elite talents like Stevenson and Terrence Crawford in camp sharpened his ring IQ, timing, and defensive instincts. While Stevenson wasn't directly part of his Ortiz fight camp, Davis credited their past sparring sessions and shared training experiences for refining his overall game, helping him face top-level competition with confidence. He openly admitted that sparring with someone of Stevenson's caliber forced him to elevate his standards, teaching him to handle fast footwork, precise counters, and tactical adjustments, all of which played a key role in his dominant late-round stoppage victory.
Maybe I haven't seen for a little while. How was that?
It was amazing, bro. Nothing but family in there. Training alongside fighters like Zay Quinn, Raymond Forward, Kelvin Davis, Keon Davis. It was amazing, bro. And the rest of our families together. It's really our first time actually really being together like this, like as far as both our families coming together. So it was definitely different, but it was amazing.
How is that like beneficial, right? Like having familiar faces, that good work, from Zaquan to Keyshawn. I'm sorry, obviously from Zaquan to Shakur. I'm sure you're in the ring sparring with these guys. What's that like? Maybe mentally, kind of going into this fight, as opposed to maybe not having that kind of same camp situation in other camps.
Well, for me, I'm a professional when it comes to me actually fighting in the ring. I'm gonna always make sure I do what I need to do to prepare to go into a fight. So just as far as like the energy, transferring from camp over to fight week. Yeah, that part been amazing, but as far as me always getting prepared for a fight.
In a recent sit-down with Max Kellerman, Keyshawn Davis was asked if a fight with Shakur Stevenson could happen now that both compete around 140 pounds. His answer was a firm and consistent no. He doesn't see that matchup taking place. Davis has made it clear in multiple recent statements that, despite how appealing the fight looks on paper, he isn't interested in facing Stevenson under standard competitive circumstances. He's repeatedly pushed back on the topic, noting that he and Shakur have already agreed to avoid a bout and expressing frustration at being asked about it so often. For Davis, the prospect of them exchanging blows in the ring is not something he envisions happening anytime soon, or perhaps ever.
Okay. But the question about the big fight is a real one. Like, if you look at what you're now at 140 pounds, right? Yep. Shakur Stevenson, who you two are never going to fight. By the way, once upon a time, Kenny Norton and Joe Frazier had the same trainer, and they said they would never fight. But man, if it ever made sense, if they were the two guys left standing, they'd have had to. The Klitschko's never fought. They were brothers, right? Even when they ran the division. But if Shakur beats Teo, and he is favored to do so, he's the 140-pound champ. And if he stays there for a minute, and that's your division, when the dust settles, if you two are the best dudes, what are you going to do?
Right.
I mean, I'm going to tell you like this, Max. Look, I'm 26 years old. I see the boxing landscape. I understand Shakur will be 140 champ, and that's my division. I feel like boxing is my division. I feel I can really do whatever I want to do, and I know what I want to do after I beat Jermaine. I want to go to 147 and get a...
Keyshawn Davis outlined his goal of moving up to 147 pounds to capture a world title, calling it the next pivotal milestone in his career. Reflecting on his recent 140-pound clash with Jermaine Ortiz, he expressed full confidence in his ability to compete against bigger opponents, citing his skills, work ethic, and strategic approach as tools that will allow him to thrive across multiple divisions. Davis described this step up as a natural progression, shaped by lessons learned from past hurdles, including weight struggles and time away from the ring. Toward the interview's conclusion, he shared his broader ambitions, asserting that his talent, charisma, and determination position him to become one of boxing's top stars. At the same time, he emphasized the importance of staying grounded, disciplined, and spiritually focused, noting that personal growth and faith are as vital to his journey as his in-ring success. His mindset blends confidence with humility, signaling a determined and focused path ahead.
Loses a competitive fight.
Yeah,
I think that would be the most common answer is Shakur outpoints him in a very competitive fight.
Beats him.
What then? What then for you and Tao?
For the businessman, huh?
All right, cool. Okay, since you worded it like that, I don't, because I won't go say that. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what the future holds. I just know what I want to do, and I want to go to 147 and become a champion. Because I just feel like them guys just can't beat me from 140 to 147. And I just feel like, I'm a surprise the boxing world. I'm small. I just moved to 140, and I'm gonna be fighting guys naturally bigger than me, and I'm gonna be stopping them. Knocking them out. And that's gonna be very entertaining.
Yeah, I remember when Floyd Mayweather told me when he was still 130 pounds that he wanted to fight Felix Trinidad. And at the time,
some fans have speculated that Keyshawn Davis might be dodging a fight with Devin Haney, using the hype more for attention than actual commitment. Davis has addressed these doubts head-on in interviews, stressing that any major matchup must make sense for him, aligning with his long-term goals and timing. Critics see this as a way to generate interest and maintain leverage while avoiding unnecessary risks, suggesting he's carefully shaping the narrative to maximize opportunities. Supporters, however, argue that Davis is simply being strategic. By insisting that fights need to make sense, he demonstrates an understanding of career planning, negotiation, and the importance of proper preparation. His emphasis on discipline, growth, and professionalism signals that when the conditions are right, he is fully committed to competing at the sport's highest level.
Davis. And when really looking at and assessing the situation, I'm just trying to figure out at the end of the day if Keyshawn Davis really wants the biggest fights in the sport of boxing, or does he just want the biggest headlines? After stopping Jermaine Ortiz Saturday night, Keyshawn Davis immediately calls out Devin Haney in the ring. And I'm not going to lie to y'all, that's a real fight for the sport. A true chess match with Keyshawn Davis's elite timing, sharp and accurate punching, understanding the range, and solid defense being tested against Devin the Dream Haney, elite jab, quick feet, fast hands, championship pedigree, and, his high-level ring IQ. But then, hours later, he's on Shannon Sharp and Ocho Cinco's platform Nightcap. And now, within a few hours, he's saying that this fight has to make sense. Shifting the conversation over to Lewis Crocker and talks with Eddie Hearn. And in my eyes, this is where the questions start. This isn't something that's even new either. When we look at Keyshawn Davis's past, he said he was going to fight Edwin De Los Santos and Abdullah Mason just to miss weight, not stay in the division at 135, and end up fighting neither, while Abdullah Mason goes on to beat Sam Noakes to take the title that was stripped from Keyshawn Davis. At some point, that stops feeling random and starts to feel like a pattern. Big call-outs, big buzz, then a pivot. And whether intentional or not, it makes me question how much Keyshawn truly wants these big fights. Because in boxing, at least from the fans' point of view, trust is built on consistency and, just as importantly, follow through. So, is Keyshawn Davis really wanting of the big fights? Or
could Keyshawn Davis really stop Devin Haney inside the distance if they finally meet in the ring? Share your predictions in the comments below.